George, clearly a disappointing loss on the weekend then. Now the dust settled, how do you look back on that one?
Yeah, disappointing is the word. I think we weren't good enough at some fundamentals of the game, and obviously our set piece faltered a little bit. And I think the frustration for us is that there are areas that we're usually pretty good. So we've got to take it for what it is. And the game got away from us, and obviously Sarries were very efficient at home. So disappointing, yeah. But again, we've got to move on fast and get ready for Exeter this weekend.
I guess it was a classic case of you can do as much good things with the backs, but if you don't have that platform, it's always difficult to sort of build yourselves into that game.
Yeah, absolutely. And forwards, coaches, all of us, we've been good in a group this week and addressed a few bits. And I think, we probably haven't trained a couple of areas well enough in a short turnaround, and maybe pushed the plan a little bit against Saracens with one training session, which wasn't the smartest thing to do. So, like I say, lots of reflections there, but at this point in the week now, we've got to be focused on Exeter. And
I guess this run-in was always going to be massive, but with only 2 points now to the top four games left, I guess every game now is a knockout style fixture.
Yeah, of course. I think the whole table pretty much is obviously got 4 games left, but the whole table is pretty much certainly competing for something. So every game is massive, every game is ruthless, and like you say, when you lose one, it really hurts because you can't get it back. So that's very front and centre of the league right now, I think, and results could go anyway and anything could happen. But from a Gloucester perspective, we've got Exeter coming to Kingsholm, and we've got to get a few areas right that haven't been so great the last couple of weeks.
And I guess with that in mind, those 2 Kingsholm fixtures, and particularly this one coming up against Exeter to start that run-in, if you like, will be particularly big, won't they, with the crowd behind us?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've really enjoyed Kingsholm. This season particularly, I think the atmosphere has been great. The crowds have been big and loud, and it's been a great place to play rugby. So the boys know what a privilege it is. We haven't been here for, it feels like ages, a month or whatever since we played at home. So it's always great to get back here, and we're really looking forward to hopefully a big crowd and getting behind us.
And in terms of the rugby side of the run-in, I guess, yes, there's some nuances, I guess, to tighten up, but in terms of the wider game plan, I guess, is still to believe in that and trust through the processes that have sort of got us to where we are so far this season.
Yeah, without a doubt. I don't think any of that is in doubt, or that's not really what's faltered, ironically. That's been pretty good. I think, just like I say, some of the fundamentals that we spent a long time building up and getting right, we've just not quite executed well enough for a number of reasons. So it's stuff we've trained long and hard for a number of years, so we know how to train it, and we're a very honest group. No one tries to dance around that. So we just get back on top of that, and we'll certainly be backing ourselves and trying to play as we have all season.
And there's plenty of boys coming off the training pitch today saying how good of a session it was. I guess when you look at the table and you're 2 points off the top 4, I guess there's no extra motivation needed to sort of train hard and play hard for that final few games.
No, there's no point moping around or moaning. Like things happen and things don't go your way, and you've got to live with that, and you've got to crack on. And the sign of a good sportsman is accepting when they haven't got something right, working on it, but also look forward, go and get it again, and be brave enough to go hard the following weekend. And yeah, look, we've had a couple of training sessions now, good intense training session today, but obviously it's all channel for the weekend.